Right now at noon, Kyle Rittenhouse is back in a Kenosha courtroom. What the judge is deciding. And government advisors are debating whether to recommend extra doses of the Pfizer vaccine. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane, and thanks for joining us. Let's head to the Weather Center where meteorologist Austin Kapitsky has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Waiting for rain, but kind of fizzling out.
Yeah, not really the greatest chances for rain, and a lot of that lies with just how dry it's actually been at the surface here over the last few days. I've been talking about how low the dew points have been. They've been steadily rising. Now we're actually seeing the lower 60s, so you could actually start to feel that mugginess outside, but it's really not too overwhelming by any means. Temperatures reaching those upper 70s as of right now. Now here comes the Doppler track starting to show a few of those showers, and even a weaker thunderstorm just to the south of Dubuque. That is tracking in our direction. Most of us are going to see that chance to see a passing shower, a possibility of an isolated thunderstorm, but thankfully we're not expecting severe weather as of right now. Taking a peek at some of our temperatures though, a little bit of a spread here. 73 in Wisconsin Dells, and on the flip side of things, Janesville is currently at 84 degrees. We're somewhere in the middle right here in Madison at about 79. It does feel pretty good out there, but again, that humidity is rising just a little bit. Dew points right now, again on the rise, but we're still sitting in those upper 50s and low 60s, so it's not overwhelming with the actual mugginess outside by any means, but you can start to feel that out there. But overall today, not a bad one. We're still going to see more cloud cover over these next few hours with that chance of a passing shower or isolated storm. But what about the extended forecast? How many more chances of showers and storms do we have? And what about the first day of fall and beyond? It's not too far away, and I'll have a look at that extended forecast a little bit later on.
Next Wednesday, right?
Yeah, next Wednesday. It's right around the corner. All
right, the last weekend of summer. Get out and enjoy. We'll see you in a few minutes, Austin. Thank you. Madison police officer is on administrative leave after a video circulating online allegedly showing the officer engaging in sexual activity inside a squad car. The MPD became aware of the video late Thursday afternoon. The department says the officer was identified and was placed on administrative leave while an investigation is completed. A Kenosha County judge is hearing several motions this morning ahead of the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse. He's the man accused of killing two men and wounding a third during a protest over police brutality in Kenosha last summer. The judge's decision from today's hearing will set at least some of the ground rules for the November trial. The judge agreed to the request from the attorneys for the 18-year-old to exclude some evidence that he went to a bar with members of the extremist group Proud Boys months after the shooting. The judge is also considering the prosecution's request to show video of Rittenhouse talking about wanting to shoot people. Government regulators are meeting today to review Pfizer's request for booster shots in people 16 and older. The drug manufacturer says a third dose of the vaccine increases protection against infections and the Delta variant. But FDA approval is not guaranteed, with some questioning the need for a third shot. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
The FDA's advisory committee is debating whether to approve a third booster shot for the Pfizer vaccine.
Findings of effectiveness of the additional dose, while necessary, is not sufficient for an FDA approval. A determination that the additional dose is safe for the intended use is also required.
Dr. Marian Gruber, who announced her retirement this week, co-authored a paper questioning the need for boosters for the general population. Supporters point to Israel, which is already deploying the booster shots. Data from that country showed the shot increased protection against severe illness, nearly 20-fold in people 60 and older.
I think people who are vulnerable, people who are older, people with chronic diseases, immunocompromised, they would benefit from a third shot. I think that it is necessary for that group. For young and healthy people, I am far less convinced that we need that third shot.
FDA reviewers warned against relying on studies from other countries because the agency hadn't independently verified the data or their conclusions. While there is debate among scientists, the Biden administration has begun preparations to roll out booster shots as early as next week, pending approval. Some question whether the booster shot is needed to combat the Delta variant spike. Studies show the rise in cases is most prevalent among those who remain unvaccinated.
Regardless of the vaccines evaluated, all vaccines have remained effective in preventing hospitalization and severe disease.
The latest CDC data shows roughly 63% of Americans 12 and older are fully vaccinated. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
The CDC Advisory Committee will meet next week to discuss booster shots. Patients around the country have put off doctor's appointments and routine cancer screenings during the pandemic. Experts are sounding the alarm that getting checked can be life-saving. When COVID-19 shut down the country, some medical care was also put on pause. Routine cancer screenings have since picked back up, but still haven't reached pre-pandemic levels. A new survey from the Prevent Cancer Foundation shows 90% of women are visiting friends and going out to dinner during the pandemic, but only 48% are visiting their doctor's offices.
Early detection is so key. Are you worried there are going to be cases that were missed through all of this?
We know that there are many, many patients out there right now with undiagnosed breast cancers, cervical cancers, and also colon, prostate, lung, other types of cancers.
During the first months of the pandemic, hospitals in the U.S. reported a decline in patients being treated for heart attacks and stroke. Doctors say that was due in part to the increased strain on health systems and patients' fear of contracting COVID. Police say a hostess at a popular New York City restaurant was assaulted by 3 women from Texas after she asked for proof that they'd been vaccinated against COVID-19. That proof is required to dine inside in New York City restaurants. The attack left the 24-year-old victim bruised and scratched. The 3 women were arrested on charges of misdemeanor assault and criminal mischief. Federal, state, and local law enforcement remain on high alert ahead of Saturday's Justice for J6 protest outside the U.S. Capitol. Capitol Police crews put up area closed signs every 20 feet apart around the entire perimeter of the Capitol on the temporary fences installed. Although intelligence suggests there will not be widespread or significant violence, federal law enforcement officials and groups that track domestic extremists told CBS News they remain concerned about the potential for lone wolf-style violence or individual knuckleheads using the gathering to cause trouble. President Joe Biden is trying to hammer out the world's next steps against rapidly worsening climate change in a private virtual session with a small group of other global leaders. Friday's session at the White House opened with Biden announcing a new U.S.-European pledge to cut climate-wrecking methane leaks from our oil and gas rigs and other sources. Leaders of European blocs and the UN joined a handful of other national leaders in the private White House talks. Some dramatic video this morning of hundreds of migrants seeking asylum wading through the waters of the Rio Grande. It's along the U.S.-Mexico border, but what makes this story even more remarkable is that many of them are crossing the border to go back into Mexico to buy food and water. They say they are not getting essentials on the American side at the camp at Del Rio, where there are 6,000 people waiting to be processed. And there's new life at the Fort McCoy military base where more than 12,000 Afghan refugees are staying. 3 babies have been born to Afghan evacuees in recent days. A Fort McCoy spokesperson says the mothers and babies are doing well. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon, what's happening on Wall Street, and a preview of the Emmys, which shows are the favorites to take home the Golden Statue. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, restoring normal and natural functionality where it counts most. Call now and receive an ultrasound. Your initial consultation all for free. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Your pipes need to loosen up. Your furnace needs to chill out. No more Freon for your AC. You don't need a working ceiling fan. Nothing can stop me from causing problems in your home. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
That's right, Pesky. Your problems are plunged.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale has been extended. There's still time to get great deals on the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses. Take 35 to 50% off store-wide and get great bonus buys like a Queen Beauty Rest mattress, just $349. This sofa, only $649. A queen bed, $699. A 5-piece dining set, now $799. Only at Steinhoffel's or steinhoffels.com.
Scan the code. Super hot deals. Activate QR code. Initiate savings.
At Security Health Plan, we're celebrating you. And you. 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 And you. By offering affordable Medicare plans with special perks just for you. Because we all want a Medicare plan that puts you first.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Consumers strike a more optimistic tone this month, and happiness comes from within and within state lines as well. Diane King Hall has those stories from the New York Stock Exchange.
The mood of consumers bounced slightly higher this month. According to the University of Michigan's preliminary index of consumers, sentiment edged up to a reading of 71. Last month, sentiment fell to the lowest level in nearly a decade amid worries about income growth and a higher cost of living. More than 1 million people applied for a job at Amazon in one day. The company says its Career Day event this week drew candidates from all 50 states along with overseas job seekers. Amazon says it has received more than 500,000 applications for corporate tech and hourly jobs since it announced the hiring bonanza earlier this month. An update from United Airlines on its employee vaccine status. The carrier says that almost 90% of its domestic-based employees have uploaded proof of vaccination. United set a deadline of September 27th. The airline has taken a tough stance on vaccine policies compared to its competitors, mandating that workers get the shot. And they say happiness is a state of mind, but some states are happier than others. According to a recent WALA-Hub study, Utah is the happiest state in America. Minnesota came in second, and Hawaii rounded out the top three. The personal finance site weighed a number of factors, including depression rates, amount of work hours, and adequate sleep. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thank you, Diane. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 125 points. The NASDAQ off 113. The S&P 500 down almost 30. Well, the biggest night of television is almost here. The Primetime Emmy Awards are set for this weekend on CBS. Preparations are underway for the 73rd Primetime Awards at the Microsoft Theater. This year, the show welcomes back in-person audiences, and the shows on streaming continue to grow their footprint at the Emmys. Netflix The Crown is one of the shows making a huge impression, along with The Mandalorian from Disney+, both tied with 24 nominations, the most this year. Ted Lasso is also making waves, getting 20 nominations, the most for a first-year comedy.
So among the locks, pretty much, you have Ted Lasso in the comedy category, and then most likely The Crown in drama.
Cedric the Entertainer is set to host the big show. It gets underway live Sunday night right here on WISC-TV. It looks like the chances for rain continue to diminish. Austin has that, and the weekend forecast next.
The Fall Semi-Annual Sale and Sweepstakes is on now at Ashley Home Store. Shop brand new fall furniture styles at huge discounts, up to 60% off. Then get your scratch-off card in store for your chance at specials and bonus deals. You could even win the $5,000 grand prize. Only at Ashley Home Store.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Wanakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo reminds you to be sure to ask about delivery options when shopping for new furniture. Because every store is different. Some stores have very specific restrictions, while others charge you an arm and a leg. At McGann's, we take pride in our skilled delivery team, and in most cases, delivery is free. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Huge mattress savings are happening now during the fall semi-annual sale and sweepstakes at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 65% off. Pay as little as $20 per month on top brands with 6 years no-interest financing, plus $300 in free furniture. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Saturday morning, we're watching the latest on COVID-19 cases in Madison area schools and a beautiful weekend ahead for the final official days of summer. But we're tracking a fall-like change in your certified most accurate forecast at 5 and 8.
The Dream Big Gala. This live and virtual event takes place on Thursday, September 23rd at Stevens Field. Celebrate our community and the people who make it vibrant by supporting your local Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blain's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yaki from the Midwest Farm Report as we finally reach Friday.
Yeah, and it's a warm Friday at that. Something else that farmers are going to be happy with. We'll have to wait and see what kind of rain we've got coming up possibly later tonight. You know, in fact, Wisconsin is one of the exceptions, not the rule. The U.S. Drought Monitor came out yesterday, and the Midwest now continuing to experience effects of the drought. Not nearly as severe as what they're living with in the West, namely California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Washington State. But Midwest still seeing topsoil moistures down about a third compared to normal. The exception, Wisconsin. We're the only state in the Midwest that is not experiencing that kind of drought stress. You know, that drought and the shortage of water is causing an exodus from the dairy industry. I was speaking with Cody Koster, who's a market analyst with Everegg out of Chicago, and he said, if you take a look at the cull cow slaughter numbers, namely dairy cows that are going to slaughter, the number is historically high. The values on those dairy cows are staying very solid, whether they're going to the slaughter or whether they're being sold to another neighbor. And the escalation in those slaughter cow numbers, he believes, is a signal that a lot of dairy farmers are tossing in the towel, especially in the West. That seems to be the region biggest hit. California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Washington seeing a real escalation, but it's a trend that we've even seen here in Wisconsin. Talking about dairy, today is a day where we see everything going all over the place. Barrel cheese up a penny and 3/4 at $1.51. 40-pound block cheese today down a half a cent at $1.79 1/4. While double A butter finishes on a Friday unchanged at $1.79 per pound. But again, like I said, those numbers that swirl around in some of those USDA reports, I will admit, fall on a blind eye. When I'm looking at them, I don't necessarily extrapolate it, but when somebody like Cody Koster points it out, it would make sense, Mark, given the challenging weather situation in the West, high land values out there and all that a lot of dairy farmers that are on retirement age say that's enough, and the next generation not necessarily so excited about picking up that financial gauntlet.
And it's a lot of work, too.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing in agriculture that's not a lot of work, buddy.
Nothing easy about it, that's for sure.
Nope.
All right, well, enjoy the weekend.
See you later.
All right, here's Austin now with that weekend forecast.
And I know we were talking about wanting some rain a little bit later on. Unfortunately, we're not expecting a lot of overall rainfall, but we are going to see some higher heat not too far away. Sunday and Monday, we're looking at middle 80s right now. Lots of sunshine over the weekend as well. Both Saturday and Sunday expected to stay dry right now, even with mostly sunny skies, but we do have that chance for some showers, maybe a possibility of an isolated thunderstorm for today. Right now, you look outside and it looks beautiful with a lot of blue skies, but again, those clouds are going to make their way through here, especially over these next few hours. Friday night lights forecast, it does look like there's still that chance to see a shower or so here early on, especially right around kickoff, but it really depends on where this game is located. I'll detail that a little bit later on. Overall, we are trending drier, however. A lot of clouds look to stick around, but it's going to be a little breezy and on the cooler side of things. Towards the end of the game, lower 60s and upper 50s. By the time we reach tomorrow morning, we're talking upper 40s and low 50s. So really cooling things down here in the overnight hours. But our Doppler track is showing some of those showers now trying to sneak their way into our southwestern part of the state. Again, we're not expecting strong to severe thunderstorms, and even some of the heavier downpours that we saw developing towards Dubuque already starting to fall apart as of right now. So there is that potential to see a shower, not so much to see a thunderstorm. Still a chance, but it's not really the greatest chance as of right now. And again, no severe weather is currently expected. Taking a peek at our latest future track, it shows this front trying to sneak on through. And again, it's not going to bring a ton of overall precipitation, but it does look like by around 5-6 p.m., most of these showers will move out. I would say the best chance to see a shower at the beginning of some Friday night lights games here tonight, it's going to be down to our south and southeast, and even that has such a low chance of actually seeing one or two of those showers making their way through. Rain chances are going to jump up here, especially for Monday and Tuesday. That's when we're looking at some more rain chances that will eventually cool down our temperatures quite a bit. And take a look at this cool down that we're looking at here. Temperatures will crank up into those middle 80s for both Sunday and Monday, but then afterwards, we're cooling things right back down. We should actually be in those lower 70s as of right now, but we're going to be a lot closer to that towards the end of this forecast. The whole back half of this forecast is going to be right around average, possibly even a little bit below average. I haven't had to say that on air for quite some time. But we are looking at those mid to upper 70s, even a few low to mid 80s right now around Monroe and Janesville. So temperatures are warming up quite a bit. And again, as I mentioned earlier, dew points also have been steadily rising over the last few days, but we're generally sitting in those upper 50s and low 60s, so it's not too muggy overall outside. Now, our extended forecast, it's a tale of two seasons right here because we have those rain chances, storm chances, high heat as well for Sunday and Monday. First day of fall next Wednesday, and look at the temperatures on that Wednesday and beyond. We're only going to see those mid to upper 60s and low 70s. So temperatures really fall off here for the first day of fall. And it looks like they're generally going to stay around those mid to upper 60s and low 70s. So it does look like at least Mother Nature's listening to whenever fall the first day is.
Keep an eye on the calendar, that's for sure.
That's for sure. I mean, it's a flip of a switch almost overnight there.
Last weekend of summer, enjoy.
That's right.
All right, Austin, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, Howard's working on putting some pizzazz in your dinner tonight.
Just because we're getting back into that end-of-the-year routine doesn't mean dinner time should become boring. With today's recipe, it won't.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Enhancing the beauty of your home is easy with Menard's huge selection of flooring. Luptax Mills provides a soft, warm flooring option with their wide selection of carpet and is backed by a lifetime stain and fade warranty. Update your kitchen or bathroom with sheet vinyl from IVC. Sheet vinyl flooring is durable, waterproof, easy to install, and offers many options to choose from. Get 11% off all flooring right now at Menard's.
Save big money at Menard's.
Oh, baby, I have sinned. Baby, this is my last confession. You know I've never been no good. But when I'm with you, it feels like heaven. I'm begging for mercy, baby. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Well, it's that time of year. The kids have been back to school for a while, and most of us are settling into our fall routines. But just because life is routine doesn't mean dinner should be boring. To keep things fresh, we came up with a new Asian-inspired dish that's fresh and tasty. It's fried rice, and it goes together like this. The first thing we do is cook and cool some long-grain white rice. Cooling this makes our fried rice lighter and less mushy later on. While that cools, we scramble a couple of eggs and set them aside. Now, in the same wok or skillet, we heat some sesame oil and stir-fry our cooled rice until it starts to brown. Next, we add some peas and carrots, a bit of garlic, some soy sauce, and a touch of black pepper. Once all the flavors come together, we add in our shrimp and we'll stir fry that until it's cooked through. Add in the cooked eggs and some scallions and you have a fill-you-up all-in-one dish that's ready in no time and is takeout fancy. And since it's packed with veggies and protein, it's mom approved. To get the recipe for our weeknight shrimp fried rice, just visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a shrimptacular way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, thank you. This just into the News 3 Now News Center. Madison's mayor says there will be no Freak Fest this year. Dr. Rose Conway says given the current public health crisis with COVID, the annual event will be canceled again this year. She also asked residents to take precautions at all gatherings. Well, whiskey isn't just for drinking anymore. The expensive stuff is becoming a collector's item, and a special bottle of scotch will be auctioned off next month. This bottle of scotch was 80 years in the making. The single malt's journey to the auction block started during World War II. Whiskey maker Gordon and MacPhail barreled the Glenlivet Scotch when much of Europe was on a war footing, and most distilleries were turned into arms or clothing manufacturers.
What kind of price are we putting on this bottle?
It's about 100,000 to 200,000 US dollars.
And experts say old-aged whiskey isn't always just for drinking. It's becoming popular as an investment and sort of a trophy piece, like buying art. $200,000. I don't know. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I'll stick with my Kirkland whiskey, I think. Oh, man.
You can't beat the Costco.
No, you really can't. And hey, outside right now, we're going to start to see more and more cloud cover taking over. Temperatures will slowly cool down here. And later on tonight, we are going to see temperatures falling even into the lower 50s and upper 40s. It's been quite some time since we've seen temperatures fall that low. And then another peek at your extended forecast. Again, right on cue. First day of fall. Mother Nature cools us right down, mid to upper 60s and low 70s. Thankfully, with a lot of sunshine, so we only have a few more rain chances to get through. One is today. You may still see a passing shower, a possibility of an isolated thunderstorm as well.
All right, Austin, thank you. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.